If you're like most people, you've heard of Masterclass, a course system where you get to learn from the best in the industry about exactly what they do. But you're probably asking yourself, is it worth it? Or what does it come with? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly that, as well as my personal opinion on whether or not it stands up to what our expectations are. Now, if you'd like to learn more about book marketing or just find out some of the other reviews that I have, go ahead and click the subscribe button as well as the little bell icon to get notifications of when my next video comes out. And with that, let's begin. So first things first, Masterclass claims that they have the best teachers in the world teaching. But is that really true? Well, you've got teachers like Steph Curry teaching basketball, you've got Samuel Jackson teaching acting, and also maybe how to say the F-bomb correctly. Gordon Ramsay teaching how to cook. Martin Scorsese teaching filmmaking. And the big reason why I got interested is because you have a score of top-notch writers teaching you all writing skills like R.L. Stine, James Patterson, Malcolm Gladwell, Margaret Atwood. I mean, the list goes on. And the cool part is they just keep adding even more. Just recently they added one about wine tasting from some guy that I'm sure is like famous in Napa Valley or some wine tasting communities, but super cool to be able to dig in, and well, it was pretty neat. So to answer your question, yeah, I think it's safe to say they probably have the best in the industry teaching their subject matter. So I'll give them an A+ on the teacher criteria. So how much does it cost, right? Well, the way that Masterclass works it is there's two options. You can either buy one of their courses for $90 and get it for life, or you pay $180 and you get access to every course they have for 1 year. So if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, well, there's only one that I really want to watch, then perhaps the $90 is best. But I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of cool things in there, and I'm sure you'll find something that you're interested in. But a bit of warning though, a lot of people will sign up for the 1 year subscription and they have the intention of sitting down and watching it. They don't actually get to it. I have a couple of friends who said they bought it and they realized they actually haven't watched it. So really think about whether or not you are going to sit down and watch these courses, or if just getting the one course that you want and having that for life is the best option. All right, so let's assume that you've signed up for the All Access Pass. What does it come with? What do you have? Is it just videos? Well, first things first is you get access to every video for those courses, and usually the videos run between 2 to 4 hours depending on the lesson. You also get downloadable course notes and even a class workbook with notes and places to write notes for yourself, which I'm not much of a note taker, so I didn't really use that much. You also get a downloadable fundamental guide, but I thought this was like super fundamental and I totally didn't see any value in this, so I don't know. But the thing I did love most is the question and answers section called the office hours. It's really cool because there some of the student takers have posted a video, a short, concise video with questions, and the actual teacher is answering them. I found some really awesome nuggets because as I was watching one course, for example, the Dead Mouse one, I had a whole bunch of questions and I was really jazzed to find out that somebody had the same thing and that was addressed right there. Another thing too in that section was I happened to be there when R.L. Stine was doing a live one and I got to see him talk, and yeah, the kid in me was really jazzed about that. It was really nice to hear Mr. Goosebumps talking about how he came up with his first story. All right, so now that we know how much it costs as well as what you get with those courses, the next question is how good are the courses? This is a bit of a hard question to answer because the truth is every one of them was very different. For example, Wolfgang Puck had a very structured course, and it also came with recipes that you could turn around, take action, and cook the same thing. However, when I was listening to Malcolm Gladwell, he was sort of like the strategy and art of writing, and I didn't find there was a lot that I could take, turn around, and turn into practical. Instead, it was more like sitting there having a nice scotch with him, hearing him just unload his thoughts about nonfiction writing. So throughout, I kept finding that the different courses were kind of based off of the style and the teaching points and the subject matter of that expert. So it ranged from really practical to maybe a longer high-level TEDx. Again, this is kind of a subjective opinion. I only found maybe 1 or 2 out of the 30 plus to be not worth the time, but the others I felt were pretty cool. But if you do the All Access Pass, make sure that you sit down and you schedule time to watch it. My wife and I had a really cool tool where instead of sitting down at 8 o'clock to watch our next Netflix binge, we just opened up Apple TV and had the app there and access Masterclass. You can also use AirPlay from your phone or from your laptop to send it to your TV. If you do that, you're gonna get a lot out of that $180. A next point is that while they had top-notch teachers, and I mean the best of the best, and it was kind of starstruck to listen to them talk about it, I did find that the courses varied. Some are really cool, others seem very strategic, and two of them in particular kind of missed the mark. But don't go into it expecting that you're going to become a master at basketball or the next Martin Scorsese in filmmaking. Think of it more like a very high-level discussion that's like icing on the cake, and hopefully you've already baked that cake. And finally, sitting down and watching the videos is really cool, and there's a lot that they provide. However, though, be sure to check the comments if you really care to learn more. In deadmau5, I'm not gonna lie, I've always had this like dream to one day become an electronic dance music maker, EDM. Yeah, it's kind of nerdy, I'm not gonna lie. But I felt like there's a lot of technical questions that I had. And when I was scrolling through the comments, I found some amazing points. People who had been like doing it for a bit were explaining certain pieces or tech answers and things like that. It was really cool. But there were a lot of comments. People comment all the time, so you're gonna have to scroll a bit. Don't miss those. You'll find some really good nuggets. All right, so overall, I think $180 is pretty good, especially for the level of content and the amount of content they have. Plus, they're always adding to it, and you never know what you're gonna find. Now, I have a better wine appreciation thanks to the latest installment. But don't fall into the trap that a lot of people do where they sign up for it and then they actually never watch it. That's $180 wasted. So if you decide to take the plunge, be sure to schedule it out. Make sure to have it be a part of a routine like my wife and I did at night. And then at that point, you've got really cool content, you're getting your money's worth, and you're hopefully growing and experiencing more in the things you want to grow in. And with that, I'm Dave Chesson of Kindlepreneur, signing off. Cheers.